So as you know, my name's Vanessa. It's nice to meet you. I wasn't here earlier. I was just at home getting work done, but at home. Tell me a little bit about you and then we'll get started.
Okay, so my name is Laura. I've been lashing for almost 2 years now.
Wow.
I worked in two salons now.
Okay.
Um, I started lashing obviously in my house. I am certified. I think I have 5 certifications. I've
Okay.
done a lot of courses in lashes. Every single one of them has been with different girls.
Okay.
So different techniques and different,
Right. That's
everything.
great. That's awesome.
Yeah. What else? I recently quit my job at the other salon that I was working at. I think like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were just over
What?
it.
Yeah. The thing is, her salon is brand new, and they do permanent makeup and lashes,
Okay.
but their clientele is way more.
For
How do I
permanent
say it?
makeup.
Yes, exactly.
Like wasn't
So
helping you find clients.
exactly. And don't get me wrong, like I will do clients, I'll help my clients, but
Right.
it wasn't as
You wanted
consistent.
more, right?
Yes,
Which there's
exactly.
nothing wrong
And
with that.
he didn't
And money.
understand that. Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you've been lashing from Miami this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hmm.
Okay. I checked out your page, but you don't post a lot, or you just opened your page?
I just since I started working in salons, I wasn't allowed to
You never
post.
had your own
Yes,
page.
exactly.
Oh,
So it's like starting from zero.
scratch. No, but that's awesome. And it's good that you have experience and you have clientele and you have connections already. So it's going to be even easier than building your page from zero.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your goals and then we'll go like really into them. If you want, like take notes because I'm just gonna like
Okay,
start
perfect.
spitting out stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, just so tell me a little bit about like where you see yourself within the next 6 months, a year, what you want for yourself, for your business, like how you want to grow it, what you're looking to do, like your goals and your vision.
Okay, so what I'm looking to do, I wanna of course grow as a lash artist. But I
In
feel like
terms of
with
technique,
yeah, technique and also I feel like experience or like timing.
and get faster.
Yeah, get faster.
Okay.
So I want to do that. I also want to teach.
Okay.
But I feel like for that you need a lot of
Experience.
trainings and experience
Yeah.
and all that. So right now I'm just taking it little by little,
Okay.
but my goal is to be able to have my own business, of course, my own
Okay.
place one day. I also create my own lash product lines and stuff
Okay.
like that. But for now, I feel like I need to focus on just like working on myself and my craft, obviously, my
Okay.
lashes. And right now, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm also taking a course in marketing
Okay.
in my Miami University.
Okay.
So right now, that's what
That's
I'm doing.
good. No, that's really good. I wanted to ask how many clients were you taking a week on average?
On average,
Tell me a
let's
good
say
week and tell me a bad week.
like a good week will be I'll say we'll let's say like a really good week we'll have like 3 to 4 clients per day,
Okay, that's good.
and a really bad one sometimes we will have like 2 clients to
And you
throughout the
were
whole
working
week.
5 days a week, 3 days a
Yeah,
week.
I was working because I was we were getting paid by the hour
Okay,
plus commission. So even if you weren't doing anything, you had to be there, you know?
that sucks.
And that's why I was like, I can't do this job
Right,
anymore.
right, right,
Because
right.
it was basically just wasting your time. You're
Right,
just
you're
sitting
sitting
there,
there doing nothing.
yeah, and
Right.
doing nothing. So yeah.
So my advice to you, technique-wise, is what method do you use?
Uh I switched to the pinch method, which is I feel like it's way better for me.
Okay. I would say take a fan making boot camp. Search like lash artists that you really like their work. Like you would say like I would get this done and I would pay a good amount for this, and take a fan making boot camp with that. Usually like I have my fan making boot camp at $400. It's a 6-hour day thing. You sit down, you learn how to perfect your fan making, and I use a different method, which for me it's a little difficult to pick up at first because it's very detailed, but once you get a hang of it, you're going to get faster. The pinching method, I feel, takes too long because
Okay.
it's like grab it, pick it up, pinch, dip. Like it's too much work and you're doing too much, and I feel like it doesn't come out as pretty.
Okay.
In my opinion and in my experience, I started with the
Yeah.
pinch method, and then I started doing the flower bouquet, and that's what I've stuck to, and that's what I've taught Lucy to do. And honestly, it's worked out great for us. She started with pinching as well. I taught her the flower bouquet. Her work has completely changed from when she started to now. So I would
Yeah.
say start with taking a fan making boot camp, see it as an investment. You know,
Mhm.
it's not so much like you're wasting your money on something. You are transferring your money for knowledge,
For sure. Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So I would say start with the fan making bootcamp and then start taking models, even if it's for free. Take 5 people a week until you start. I mean, I don't know how your clientele is working now, or if you're working actually taking
Yeah.
clients for now, or if you're going to be doing it. I don't know. You know, like I don't know how it's really working for you right now, but even if it's your friends and your family, start taking 5 people at home if you can,
Yeah.
um, until you really perfect that technique, right? So once those, let's say you have 5 people 1 week for free, 5 people the next week for free, the following week, once you're consistently posting, you're going to have one person who's going to pay. Keep taking 4 people for free
Okay.
until you find those 5 paid clients, and then obviously
Yeah.
build even more and more. What you're going to be doing with that is that even though it's free, think about it not as I'm wasting my time and all the products that I'm purchasing. Think about it as an investment, because what you're going to be doing is perfecting your technique, getting faster, and you're
Hmm.
able to get creative with your sets instead of just doing very basic like uniformed dark
Yeah.
or wispy, well not really wispy, but uniform dark or
Mhm.
uniform hybrid looks. You're able to play with closed fans, open fans, like wet
Yeah.
looks, all those things that are starting to be in now and differentiate you as an
Hmm.
artist from other artists. You like,
Yeah.
you start to get comfortable with those things. Once you get comfortable with those things, you are going to feel like, okay, now I feel like my work is worth more. So
Okay.
you're going to feel comfortable enough by charging more. Like you're going to be
Hmm.
able to charge more and feel like, you know, those 2 hours that that person is laying there, they're getting their money's worth for the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
What were
Hmm.
you charging for like classic hybrid volume?
Um, in the place that I was working,
Yeah, you could.
classics were 150,
Okay.
and they didn't have hybrid. They only
Okay.
offered like light
Volume.
volume
Mhm.
or mega volume.
Right.
Light volume was 225, I
Okay.
think, and mega was like 250, I think.
Okay. Did you feel good like selling, like if you had to sell yourself at those prices, let's say you go back to working at home and you're
Uh-huh.
charging that, would you feel comfortable charging that?
Probably for mega, no, no.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Once you start actually working on your technique, perfecting your technique, and you literally look at your work and you're like, wow, that's beautiful, then you'll
Mm-hmm.
feel okay with charging $250, $300 for a
Percent.
full set, right? It also
Yeah.
has to do with like, you know, your type of clientele and your target audience, of course. Start building your page. Like that's one thing I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Use old lash pictures. You should have, right?
Yeah,
I
I
have
do
a lot of
have.
old
I'm
pictures.
just starting from scratch again, so I
Okay,
feel like I need to get everything like ready and to see which one am I gonna post
just
first.
start. Just start. Stop being scared. Like, there's
Okay.
no reason to be afraid. If people judge you, like, fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna find people who are gonna support you. Like, don't feel discouraged. like if I were to show you my page when I first started, you know that like Instagram filter with all the sparkles?
Yeah.
I thought that was like trendy. I thought it was trendy to post all my pictures with that filter. Like that's embarrassing, you know? And like I've come to learn that, you know, that's at the end of the day, that's not going to target the type of people that I want to target. And if I want to
Yeah.
charge these type of prices, I need to find people that are willing to pay those prices. The people that are looking at a page with a bunch of glitter on them are probably a bunch of like high schoolers. They don't have $250, $300 to spend on full sets and $150 to spend on refills every other week. So definitely the how you present your page and how you show up. Feel comfortable with showing your face on the camera and talking. Like talk about how you've been lashing for 2 years. Like I would have never known that you've been lashing for 2 years if you didn't tell me right
If
now.
I didn't tell you, yeah, I know.
Right. So you need to showcase that. You need to showcase your work, like, you know, and showcase the hard stuff too. Like people want to relate. Like everyone wants to look perfect on Instagram, but I feel like people relate most to the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, like that's really who you end up building a connection with on social media. And I feel like that's where I've found most of like my students and the people that I connect with, because they're like, wow, you're so young, I'm so young, you know, you figured out what you want to do, like tell me how you did it.
Yeah.
And then we go on and we start talking, and then that's how they end up, you know, like learning from me. So definitely finding that connection with the type of people that you want to build an audience with, right?
Okay.
And that goes for your personal page as well. Like if you're interested in building your personal brand, which I recommend, like find the type of people that you want to target. You know, do you want to target the type of people that are your age? I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm pretty sure you're young because you seem young. But maybe, you know, maybe people in their 30s, maybe people 45 and over, you know, the moms. Like it really depends what you want to target. And you have to, when you post a picture, you have to think as the person who's looking at it, not as you. You know what I mean? So you're editing a picture, you're gonna post it, you're putting this caption, like what is that, what is that person who's looking at your page gonna get from that? Like if you're posting a lash picture and putting wispy set, like what am I getting from that? You know what I mean? Whereas you post a lash picture and you put like, oh, when you go to your lash tech, if you want a set that looks like this, ask for 9 through 14, blah, 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 blah. Now you're not only targeting a client that may not even live in Miami, may live in Arizona, that has your work as inspo, but you're also giving inspo to other artists that want to recreate your set.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So you want to target, especially if you want to teach, you need to build credibility before you start teaching.
For sure, yeah.
So you need to show others that you know
what you're doing.
Fuck you're talking about. You know what I mean? You need to show others that you have confidence in your work. So I would say start with that. Start with building confidence in your work. So perfect your fan making and take models.
I took a course, fan making boot camp on another girl, but that's where I was taught the pinch method.
Okay.
The shimmery method is kind of hard for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the grip, like my pressure. I feel like I have more pressure when I grab the tweezers with this finger, but she taught me it was with this one. So it's that method for me.
Maybe that's the method I use. So maybe you just need to work on it a little different. Like with Lucy, it was a little hard for her to pick it up. And then I kind of sat there with her and I like looked at her every move and I was like, instead of dipping it laying down, dip it standing up, and that's it. Like she was like, okay, I got it. And since then, like she picked it up. Yeah, like perfect. And that's what she's been using since. Yeah. So it really has to do with like every minor detail with the
that you're doing,
which is the shimmy method or whatever you want to call it. But once you get it, like I think that's like one of the best methods. other than like obviously Russian volume, but that's like a completely different way
method.
of lashing.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool as well. So yeah, I would say get confident in your lash technique first before you jump. Like don't try to jump 2 steps without getting past the first one. You know what I mean? So before you start educating, definitely get really, really comfortable, because you're gonna be teaching people this. You know what I mean? And these people are gonna pay you to teach them these things, and you need to know, you not only sell yourself like you know what you're doing, but you actually need to know what you're doing, because not only are these people paying for you, but their reputation depends on you. Because when they start taking clients and people ask who'd you learn with, and it goes back to you and the work sucks, other people are gonna be like, okay, I'm never taking a lash course from that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also being very knowledgeable, like not only in technique, but in things like obviously glues, isolation, and just like what goes best with like what type of eye, and styling and mapping. I don't know if you're really like into the styling and mapping, but that's like a big one, and that helps you raise the prices of your courses as well. The more knowledge you have, the more you'll be able to sell your courses at, right? So I think I started my first course and it was like $900, and now my courses are like $1,600. You know what I mean? And that's because I've continued to take courses, and not only from like regular artists. Like I've started taking courses from people that have made millions of dollars in the industry, because I want to learn from someone that I would be okay switching places with. Like keep that in mind. Like if there's one thing that I would recommend 100% is whoever you take a course from here on out, even if it's expensive, like only take it because you would say, if I had to switch places with this person, I wouldn't even think twice about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like, why are you gonna take, like a lot of people come and they're like, oh, I have this course on sale, and you're like, okay, screw it, it's like $500 off, let me just take it, I'll get some knowledge out of it.
Last course was
horrible. Oh, it was bad.
Like, it was. I did just classics.
Okay.
For the first training, and I didn't learn anything. It was just a waste of money.
I've had like multiple of my students tell me like, oh, I took a course and I literally didn't learn anything.
That's what happened to me with my first classics and volume courses, both of them.
I mean, it's a good thing that you've come a long way. So that's good, but that comes to teach you that, that's not what you want to provide for other people. So for goals, those are the 3 things you wrote down. You have anything else in mind?
Not really. Well, I mean, when it comes to lashes, not really.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mindset and help you develop that as well. You need to make this your life. Like, think about it as like you just birthed a child, and that's what your life revolves around now. Like, your business is only going to grow as much as you put into it, right? So if you're only giving it your 50%, only expect a 50%. You can't expect to continue to grow and scale if you're not putting in the work to do that, and being like innovative in a way, innovative as in your ideas and your content differs from others. Because if you're posting the same thing as so many other people, like people are just going to be like thrown off by that. So you want to make sure that your content is cool, it's different, it has to do with you. Like, be yourself, don't be afraid to showcase you. Like I said before, people are going to relate to you, and that's how you're going to build that brand. And just take time for yourself, like take time to relax on your own as well. I feel like finding a work-life balance once you get really involved can be a little difficult. I don't know if you've dealt with that. That was really hard for me, and like I'm still kind of working with it. But when you do take time for yourself, when you take time for yourself and you go back to working, you have more energy to work.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
you get more done in a less amount of time because you're putting in, rather than like putting in all this time, no effort. I mean, all this effort into work, no time for yourself.
Not for
And
myself.
then at the end, you're really just like at a negative over here
Mm-hmm.
because you're
Yeah.
draining yourself. But start learning from people you would switch places with. Start studying people who you want to be like, or people that just pages, brands that you want to be like. See what
Mm-hmm.
they're doing, as in like watch how they showcase themselves and
Okay.
showcase their brand, right? And like I said before, build that kind of target audience and know who you're trying to target to, and continue. Like what I do is like, if I'm gonna post something on my story, I think of like one of my regular clients and like how this would benefit them,
Okay.
or like one of my students and how this would benefit them, and I try to
Yeah.
target them because I know that if my target audience is all these people, they all think similarly. So if I'm targeting
Mm-hmm.
this one person, it's gonna like benefit 5 or 6 other people that are in my target audience, and that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So as for mindset, just think big like that. And it sounds so cliche to say,
No, but it's
but
not.
one thing I can tell you is like when I started lashing, which was like end of summer, I took my classic lash course in February of 2020, but I didn't like quit my job and start taking it full time. I quit my job in August of 2020, and then I opened my LLC in November of 2020. So I would say like between then was like when I really started taking it
So,
serious. So it's
uh-huh.
only
Yeah.
been like a year and a half,
Wow.
like not a
That's
lot, I know.
crazy.
But I mean, I literally made it my life. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And I set goals for myself and I had visions, and I said like I gave myself no choice. So it's like for
Okay.
me, it was plan A or plan A. I'm not gonna be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, if it doesn't work out this way, like I'm gonna do this, like that was never it for me. I dropped out of school and I was like, okay, I need to figure this out. Um, so that literally needs to be how you do it, and you need to know that it's hard and there's a lot of competition out there, but don't pay attention to
Yeah.
the other people. Like just focus on what you're doing and stay on your path and keep your goals in front of you at all times. um and invest like all the money you shouldn't be in profits within the first 2-3 years of your business, and that's
Mm-hmm.
completely okay. Like don't feel bad for that. I think that my profit for the year, like I got my tax return. I mean, I don't really understand the tax papers too much, but
Me neither.
I think my gross, which was like what I made before taxes, was like
Yeah.
142,000 for 2021, and profit, it was I think between $7,000 and $9,000.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, which is absolutely nothing, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's
You're
okay.
not supposed to be, they actually give leeway for people the first 3 years to be a non-profitable business. Like you can file your business as non-profit for the first 3 years
Oh, wow.
because
That's
it's
nice.
normalized. Like you're not really supposed to be making $100,000 profit within the first year because you're not investing. So
For sure.
everything, right? So my thing was, okay, I want to order my own lash shampoos. I know
Mm-hmm.
within the next 2 weeks I'm gonna make $2,000, right? And I need to pay my car, which is $300, and I need to pay, the rent at the studio, which is $1,000. Like I still have $700 left. Great, I'm gonna use the 700 for lash shampoos. Like plan ahead and budget your income to the point where you
Yeah,
can
my
invest that, especially if you want to start a product line.
yeah.
So building credibility on your page for students
Okay.
is a big
Mm-hmm.
one. So start posting educational stuff. That's how you're going to get
Okay.
people interested in your page. Educational or entertaining. Those are the two things like your page needs to have a lot of. Reels are the most organic way to grow your page at the moment.
Yeah.
So I would say
I've heard a lot of about TikTok. I also took a
TikTok.
master class on TikTok on Saturday, I think. Yeah.
Get on
And they told me that TikTok is really big right now to grow on social media.
I started my TikTok I think like 2 months ago, and I kind of fell off for like 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm like almost at 2,000 followers,
Wow.
which is not a lot, but
No, but still.
it's good, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm still getting. I literally didn't even know how to use TikTok before. Like I was that
Yeah.
person that was like, I'm not downloading TikTok. Like, why would I do that? Like TikTok is for 7-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yes, that was me at the beginning.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm gonna go dance in a camp?
Right. Until like 2.5 months ago, when I was like, okay, like there's more than just 7-year-olds on this. Like there's
Yeah.
really 50-year-olds on TikTok. I need to do this, right? And
Yeah.
from there, not that I've gotten a lot of clientele off of TikTok, but I have reached a lot of people that are like, hey, do you offer online courses? Like I live in
Oh wow, that's
California and I want to learn. And I'm
yeah,
like, I do,
yeah.
right? So you build that credibility. But I mean, Instagram is, I would say, like the biggest social
Oh, for
media,
sure. Yeah.
especially for
For
people
lash.
our age.
Yeah.
So do focus on your Instagram, create like a content schedule. Like next
Okay.
week, you want to talk about on your stories your availability, what you're learning about right now, how you just took a TikTok class, and then give 3 tips on growing your TikTok page.
Oh, nice.
Right, but then that's you building credibility. Like you need to be 2
Mm-hmm.
steps ahead of the people that you're trying to target. Like you're trying to get 2 students. How are you going to get those 2 students? By saying I have a course, I have a course, I have a course. Like they're going to be like,
No.
"Oh, cool, you have a
Yeah.
course."
Cool.
No, you
Yeah.
need to be like, "Oh, this is how I do this. This is why I use this glue. Like I fan like this because of this. And I recommend you post this on Instagram because it's gonna help you gain followers. And by the way, I offer courses." Boom.
Yeah.
So it's like a strategy sort of thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's really a psychology thing,
It is.
but you like
Because
have
you're not selling it. You're selling it without selling it.
right, but that's how you have to do it.
Yeah,
It's
that's how
like
you have to.
once you have your product line and you go give a course, you're not going to be like, okay, here's how to lash and here are my products. You're going to be like, here's how to lash and my products are the best products that are used for this technique.
For
They
sure.
don't know anything when they walk into the room to
Yeah.
learn about lashes. Whether your products are the worst or the best,
It's the
if
best.
you
They
tell
don't
them
know.
the products are the best because that's what's best for the technique you're teaching them, they're going to be like, oh, okay. And they're going to buy your products. So
Yeah.
it's like you really do need to be like 2 steps ahead of the people that you're trying to target. It's all a psychology thing and it's all a planning ahead thing, right? So your end goal is this. You need to do this, this, this to get here, to get that final sale. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Any questions so far? I've like been talking.
No, no. Everything has been amazing. I'm just writing everything down that you're telling.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, as for teaching, building the credibility on your social media, get on social media. Like get active on social media. There's nothing I can recommend more to you than growing on social media, especially since you just opened your social media.
Yeah.
So I would say that's a really big one. Post your work. Obviously, you need to post your lash work so you can gain clients. And then are you gonna start building a whole new clientele?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So I would say, of course, post your work, and you can maybe do like soft prices at first.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of going to the 250 for the full set, you can maybe do like a 180, for the mega volume.
Yeah, I was thinking 185
for now.
For now, yeah, for sure.
Now, that's like your soft price. Once you have those 6-7 clients a week, you're gonna bring it up. Maybe
Okay.
even if your mega volume is 215.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then once
Yeah.
you get even more comfortable and you have a more professional workspace and your page is already growing, your price grows as your demand grows.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you have clients lined up to the point where you're booked out for a week,
Mm-hmm.
that means your prices need to go up, right?
Okay.
Because you're not going to be having all these booked up clients, and instead of like let me restart that sentence. Instead of having 10 clients in a week at
Yeah.
$180 each, you'd rather have 5 clients in a week for $300 each.
Yeah, for sure.
Less work, more profits.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have those 10 clients in a week for 180 and you're completely booked. You don't have time for anyone else. Whereas if you have 5 clients in a week for 300, you still have space for 5 other clients.
Yeah.
And each of those clients are another $300.
Mm-hmm.
So you're times 4 your profit instead of doing 180 for 10 clients. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like example. So you need to strategize and just like I said, like be smart about these things, plan them out, and like step by step. Patience. Like everything's gonna work in your favor. You just need to be 5 steps ahead.
Okay.
Cool. Any questions?
Yeah. Right now I'm lashing from my house because I quit my job, like I told you.
Okay.
So I don't like it's kind of hard for me to promote myself when I'm lashing from home, you know,
Why?
because I feel like it's not as professional. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can always like you could just post close-ups for now.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to showcase the fact that you're working from home. I worked from home for the first maybe like 4 to 6 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I rented like a suite in a nail salon, like a little room in the back of like this nail salon.
Yeah.
And her target audience, and she was doing great. Like she does really well for herself, that like nail salon, the owner. And she has a great clientele. They're actually really good at doing nails, but her clientele and my clientele are very different. She opened a nail salon 12 years ago. So
Wow.
her clientele was built off word of mouth, Yelp. Like she opened her thing before Instagram was even
a thing.
popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now everything is built off IG. So I didn't really benefit off her clientele. Like I didn't gain any clients off of her clients, maybe 3 or 4 max in like the 8-9 months that I was working there. Well, renting there because I wasn't working for her. And I had to build my whole clientele by myself, which is completely fine because it's a learning experience and you're able to teach others that. But it was my more professional workspace, even though to me the space was ugly because it wasn't decorated like I wanted it, but I made it work. I made it work. Whether it be close-ups, I put like a wallpaper on one of the walls, good lighting.
Yeah, I have
Good lighting is a big one. Get one of those 80-inch ring lights.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Okay, cool. Use that. And do close-ups, do face pictures, and then pictures of you. Like set up a day where you do your makeup, you do your hair, and you film videos, you shoot content, pictures, so you can post of yourself as well. Like schedule out time for content. Like next week you want to post about those 3 TikTok tips, right? And you want to do a reel of your face about it, have your makeup done, stand in front of your light, and then just grab a trendy sound and do it.
Okay.
A little tip is when you see on the reels that there's like an arrow pointing upwards, that means the sound is trending.
Okay.
So it's like a more popular sound at the moment, so you can use that. As for TikTok, it's way easier to gain followers on TikTok. So you just have to post 2 or 3 times a day. Like you can spam on TikTok. As long as it's the right content. I've come to notice that like educational does really well on TikTok. Like lash maps and like how you styled an eye and that sort of stuff, rather than like the trendy dances with like a caption.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like really educational stuff. Most of my TikTok followers are lash artists,
Oh, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, just that educational stuff, and that educational stuff works for Instagram as well. Like if you know what TikTok is really good, post it on Instagram
Mhm.
too. Just re-record it without the TikTok symbol, because I feel like that kind of
Yeah.
messes up the algorithm. But
Yeah.
try to make 80 to 90% of your posts reels.
80 to 90%. Okay. 80 to
And
90%.
differentiate your personal page from your business page. Like make your
Yeah.
business page look professional. You want to give a professional look, make it look
Mhm.
professional. Like if you're going to post a picture of you, make sure it's you dressed businessy with
Mhm.
makeup on, like looking good, you know, you're representing
Professional. Yeah.
yourself. So you need to show that look.
Okay.
What's your page? I didn't look at the name.
Uh, I changed it today. Luminous lashes.
Okay, that's cute.
But I'm not sure. I feel like it's,
Why?
I don't know. It's basic.
It's okay. You don't need, like, you can change your name.
Yeah.
There's no
That's
problem. Like but you start, like, don't like
Because I
stop
also
yourself.
didn't want to do it with my name because I feel like Laura Lashes
Okay,
sounds, like everyone uses their name and then lashes.
right.
So I don't know.
I never did that. I never
Yeah.
like saw it. Also, like, my name doesn't really match with like lashes. Um, but try to come up with something different.
That's
Something
what I
like,
want. Yeah, something
but
different. No,
don't kill
no
yourself if you don't
basic.
find it. Like, don't be like, oh, I'm not gonna start posting until I
Yeah,
find my
until I
shit.
find it. Yeah, that's
Don't do
been my
that. Don't
okay.
do that. Don't do that. I know a lash company that she changed her name like 3 or 4 years into the business, and she's like
Wow.
booming right now. Yeah,
Wow.
like, so like don't feel bad about just starting with another name or another
Another
logo.
name
Like those things are gonna come because you're gonna start developing and being like, I hate this logo, I want a more professional looking logo, and then boom, you'll do it.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially with the marketing class that I'm gonna take. So
yeah. Cool. Okay, so it says we have like less than a minute left for
okay.
the call. So I wanted to thank you for trusting me. Do you have any
Thank
questions
you.
before we leave?
No, you pretty much answer everything that I had a
Okay,
question. I even
cool.
like
Awesome.
thank you so much for your
Of
time and
course.
for your wisdom and for letting me
Of
know what I
course.
have to do. It was really nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too. Get on social media, and this is your child. Work on it 24/7. That's like my
I
biggest
will.
recommendation.
I will. Have a
Of
great
course.
day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.